You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Event promoter Joel Turner is suing Paula Evans in the amount of $400. Mr. Turner claims Ms. Evans hired him to organize a comedy festival fundraiser and says he's still owed for his services. Ms. Evans claims Mr. Turner's salary was contingent on the amount raised and says he didn't meet the crowdsourcing goal as promised.
Mr. Turner, you're suing Ms. Evans for $400 that you claim she owes you for organizing an event?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so is that what you do for a living?
Yes, ma'am. That is what I do for a living. I'm a promoter.
Okay.
And I was hired by Ms. Evans to promote a comedy festival for her, and we agreed upon a rate. But
what was the rate that you agreed upon?
The rate was $400 for 20 hours.
Is that right?
Per 20 hours of work.
Okay,
correct.
so was there any agreement if you were to exceed the 20 hours?
Yes, there was a statement that the hours would be fluid.
Did you guys have a contract?
We had a verbal agreement, and we shared emails between each other explaining the details.
Great. Okay. Do you have copies of your emails?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. It's very archaic, you know, emails.
Yes.
I'm okay with the rate you mentioned, $400 at 20 hours a week. We can keep it fluid, as some weeks you may not need to work that many hours once everything is up and running. What did that mean to you?
Well, if you look at the top of the email, it says that his primary goal is to be fundraising. Fundraising is mentioned several times throughout the email, and that his goal is to be raising $10,000 so that I can put on this comedy festival.
It's to help me raise $10,000. These are your words. Your goal is to help me raise $10,000.
Correct. He is the promoter for the event, and as such, he was to set up a crowdsourcing
Did you
fundraiser.
set up crowdsourcing?
Yes, I did create a crowdfunding page.
How much did you raise there?
On that crowdfunding page, we only managed to raise $4,000.
$4,000. Now, what do you do for a living?
I am a stand-up comedian.
Well, do you have a name? Can you raise money just on your name? People want to come because you, Ms. Evans, are a part of the program.
I am notorious throughout the Northeast.
Coming up.
Before we did this, he knew that his salary was contingent upon him raising that money. This entire festival was contingent on his $10,000 raising.
Writing.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Joel Turner, who is suing Paula Evans for non-payment of services.
What else did you do to promote it?
I reached out to all my contacts as well as the contacts that she provided me.
Okay, so you did provide him contacts too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This festival is completely my baby, so I fronted the money for all of the marketing.
How much money did you put up?
For the venue. Up front, there was probably about $2,000, and another $4,000, maybe like $8,000.
Okay,
I have a breakdown of the budget.
Did you know that she had put up $8,000 of her money?
I was not aware of that.
Absolutely. And he also knew, Your Honor, that his salary was contingent upon this crowdfunding that he did.
Right, but y'all didn't put this in writing.
He also didn't put in his 20 hours a week.
Okay, but you didn't put anything in writing. We're trying to reconstruct an agreement.
I have my budget in writing, and I have the email that you have been supplied.
That's it.
And
That's what we got.
I have my invoices in writing.
Okay, but when did you send the invoices?
I sent the invoices after the crowdfunding ended, 2 days before the event. I sent my invoices in, and she responded saying that she wasn't happy and that she wanted to only pay me $400, even though the invoices stated that I would be paid $800, so she snubbed me for half of it.
He's only working 6 hours a week versus 20, which was my expectation.
That is true. I did, and I mentioned the invoices do reflect that I did put in 6 to 7 hours per week, but it all added up to a total of 40 hours. Therefore, at a rate of $20 an hour, I should make $800.
$800, right.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
The thing is, you should have made it clear.
And in the future, I will definitely be putting
make it
things in
clear
writing.
that it's open to interpretation, and I interpret it to me Fluid means it could be more than that.
And it was always
We might have gotten up to $15,000 in the crowdfunding. And now that you know it, I've worked 50 hours because I've done so much. What you have said to them, oh no, I'm not going to
upon him raising $10,000.
I'm not going to give you more than $400. If he had raised you $20,000 from crowdsourcing, you would have been paying him the $800.
Before we did this, he knew that his salary was contingent upon him raising that money. This entire festival was contingent on his $10,000 raising.
Writing. He gave you an invoice. You're not really objecting to the invoice. You paid him $400. You owe him $400. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $400.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $400.
I feel that you took advantage of me, but I'm glad that now you'll be paying me what I'm owed.
I think I was clear, but in the future I will be putting everything in writing.